Okay. So narcissists are perpetually envious of other people. They want what other people have. They'll be envious of their material possessions or their intelligence or their accomplishments, but they're too proud. They will never ever let you know that. But then at the same time, they're kind of twisted in the fact that they believe that other people are jealous of them. For example, somebody might say, "Oh, I admire you for being a great scientist, a great a great astronomer," but the whole time I'll be sitting there raging in their heart, thinking, "How dare you be a great astronomer when I am not?" But then they will turn around and say, "But maybe you're envious of me because of my great scientific mind and my great space adventures." Yeah, that's really weird, but they're always in a state of envy. And I don't know, I don't want to get too much into theology, but, excuse me, I was watching the History Channel a while back, and there was a biblical scholar. Now, most of the History Channel guys are going to be more liberal scholars, but this guy had kind of a good point. He was talking about envy, how envy, is a sin. Envy is something where you really genuinely hate that person or wish them ill. When you envy somebody, his point was, it's not like seeing somebody with a nice car and go, "Oh, gee, I wish I had a car like that," or "I'd really like to have a car like that." That's not envy. Now, that's not to say you should be materialistic, or focus on, just being a materialistic pig, as the expression goes. But it's not envy just to say, "Oh, man, that guy's got a really nice car. Hey, you know what, man? I really like your car. I wish I had one of those." That's kind of neat. But you still wish that person well. And you're not necessarily saying, "Oh, I'll be unhappy unless I have the car," okay? If you're saying, "I won't be happy unless I have this object," then then that's materialistic. That's very worldly. And it's very shallow-minded. No great thinker in the history of the world, even in many of the Eastern, Lao Tzu, Confucius, the ancient Greeks, even Epicurus, who was basically a materialist in the fact that he didn't believe that anything was after, death. There were no gods. His focus was happiness in this lifetime, but he didn't say focus on a bunch of just material things and be very, he wasn't hedonistic. He was called a hedonistic, but not in the sense that we think of hedonism, like "do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law," destroy humanity because there's no afterlife. None of them were teaching that. The closest thing you might get to that is somebody like Democritus, who was kind of a pig of a person from, anyway, what some of the tales say about him. But the point is, no great thinker in the history of the world ever focused on the material stuff, okay? So if you say, "I won't be happy unless I have that car, won't be happy unless I have that house," then there's something wrong with you, and you're never going to be happy, because once you get that, you'll always want more. That's not to say you shouldn't, work hard and earn some things that you like. That's fine. Anyway, point is, though, somebody has a nice boat, nice house, nice car, nice job. Hey, good for them. If they worked hard and they got it and they were honest about it, we wish them well. There's some people that have a lot of really nice things that are real good about inviting people over and sharing. "Hey, I have a nice boat. You know what? Let's go for a ride." I think a friend of mine was telling me about a buddy he had that went to a dentist, and the dentist owned a Lamborghini, and he would take some of his clients for rides in the Lamborghini because they thought it was cool. He had this car, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go for a ride?" He'd take his clients out and ride, and then he would jokingly say, "Well, you helped pay for it." So he was using those things to do something nice for someone, and they thought it was pretty cool. He had a Lamborghini. Those are two human beings wishing each other well. That was really cool. There's some very, very well-to-do people that do a lot of nice things for other people. So it's not about the material. But when you say, "I hate you for having what I don't have," that becomes very, very sinful. And I think that was his point. And narcissists are always in that perpetual state. If they will always hate you for having what they don't, and it doesn't even have to be material, it doesn't have to be a job, it doesn't have to be intellect, it can be the fact that people like you. I was targeted big time by a narcissist because I was very well liked by a lot of people, by parents, by kids, by coworkers, by people, and I had to pay the price. I needed to be punished. How dare you? How dare you be happy? If I can't have happiness, you, pardon the expression, damn well better not have it either. And if you do, I'll take it from you and rip it from you just so that if I'm going to sink, if I'm going down, you're going down with me. That's their perpetual state of mind all of the time. all of the time. That's why you hear them snarl and make this condescending, everything's an attack. It's just like they walk around in the state of complete envy and hatred. So much hatred for the world, hatred for mankind, hatred for themselves, but at the same time they believe themselves as God and superior to everybody. Hating breath, hating light, hating the sunlight. I am jealous that the light produces more sun, or that the sun produces more light than I do. I will teach the sun a lesson, you see. Wow. That's why they're so dangerous. I mean, it's just demonic. It really is. It's nuts. It's demonic. And, anyway, what do you do about it? So, narcissist always in perpetual state of anger. Not, oh, gee, I like that guitar. I wish I had a guitar like that, but how dare you have the guitar I don't? How dare you be able to play what I can't? You will be punished. I will burn the world to get you. And it's constantly like that. All of the time. No wonder their brains are broken. Look what they do to it.